On the green front lawn of President Barack Obama Elementary School on Jersey City's south side, Jersey City Board of Education President Sudhan Thomas held a press conference to announce a lawsuit seeking to overturn $27 million in education cuts by the state. The lawsuit was filed this morning in Hudson County Superior Court. Joining in the press conference were Acting School Superintendent Franklin Walker, school administrators, and lead attorney for the Jersey City School District, Angelo J. Genova, Esquire.
We have a responsibility to the children of Jersey City. You know, it used to be where our position was to prepare students to be competitive in the classroom and maybe locally in the community. But the job we have today in an uncertain world is that we have to be able to make students prepared in a situation that's futuristic, and it requires us to pull all the stops out. And whatever it is that we are lacking, whatever it is that we're less than, we have to make sure that we provide the kind of support so our students can be competitive.
Why do you think Jersey City always gets the fuzzy end of the lollipop?
Well, I mean, you know,
what is that about?
I'm not a politician. You know, I'm an educator, and my concern is that I just want to make sure that we do our part, and it's to be able to provide programs, best practice initiatives, qualified, highly qualified teachers, support programs. In order to do that, it requires money. And, you know, we have a formula that's in place. It was in place. It served us. Yes, we were under state control, and the state assumed a significant fiscal responsibility. And at this point in time, it seems like those fiscal training wheels were taken off, and now we have to kind of ride on our own, so to speak. And the positions that we just, you know, we transitioned from state control since October of 2018. So you're talking about just a year ago. And so now to have $27 million reduced from the budget at this point in time, you know, I just think that if they could have held off maybe a year and given us more time to kind of transition, then maybe we could have been in a better position to make the adjustment in terms of services and personnel and staff to be able to provide a significant education to our children. You know, the school is classified as a district factor group B, and that's the second lowest based upon socioeconomic levels. Under those circumstances, we recognize that we have some very serious concerns in Jersey City in terms of resources that are available to our children before they even come to school, and the lack thereof. And so our position is that, you know, once they come into the school system, our job is to provide them with the best services, the best facilities, the best instruction possible. And it requires, you know, a funding formula that's supposed to produce that. As it's been explained here a number of times, you know, state becomes responsible for the thorough and efficient education. And we had cases in the past through the Abbott decision that indicated constitutionally that we're underfunded, that our students are lacking services, that our students are lacking resources, supplies, and instructions, that we need to get additional money to be able to provide that. And so under the Constitution, they reinforced that, and it was provided, and now it appears that it's being reduced. And so we have a concern with that.
The Jersey City cannot afford to leave these children who are so much in need of this funding in order to get a thorough and efficient education. It is impossible to have stabilization in a district when destabilization of funding is always in the works. Laying off 400 some teachers is going to destabilize people, it's going to demoralize them, but more important, it's going to take away resources that children are entitled to by Constitution. Every year they're talking about layoff. Well, who then wants to come to the district, and how do the teachers who are left solving the problems of urban education in the second largest city in the state, how do they feel? They feel abandoned, but they come to work every day and they do a fantastic job.
Do you get any support from the mayor or your senators? Have you talked with them at all?
We're going to find out today. If you look at my statement, I think they should have to take a position as to exactly where they stand now rather than playing it safe. There's a problem in this state of wanting to do right by the poorest and the poorest districts, because we have one of the most racially segregated states in the United States of America. And if you look at patterns of funding, it's the Abbott districts that have been underfunded to to the extent that the Supreme Court has had to rule over and over again that the state has a responsibility to provide the resources that would make the urban areas equal to the wealthier districts, and the state and the legislatures have just simply not been willing to do it over and over again.
Do you think that this behavior represents the administration that we have in the White House these days? Do you think that this is sort of a trickle-down effect from that?
Well, I think that it's a pattern of people feeling that you can underfund and mistreat people who are poor and urban and who happen to be Black and Latino.
But isn't it supposed to be the other way around, that we're supposed to help those that need us the most? Give us your tithe, you're poor?
Government is designed to provide those services that are in the public interest, and educating all of the children, particularly low-income children, poor children, is a part of what government is supposed to do. It was never intended that school systems would make money. But when we look at the movement of charter schools, we have private organizations that have now taken over the management of public schools. It was never intended to be that way. It was never intended that schools would be a profit center for any group or organization.